All right, I won't be playing any music before I start this discussion. Hello, y'all. Happy Friday. Happy witching hour. It's your girl, y'all, Ray of Sunshine. High Priestess Jamila. Doesn't it just feel good to, have somebody that you can be connected with that doesn't have like some bullshitty, weird attachment? It feels good to be me, actually, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to do certain things that folks be doing. You know what I mean? I wanted to come and talk briefly about the dumbness, and I cannot and I will not continue to respond to it. And I know I keep saying that. I know I keep saying that. But, it just, there are people that are actually a little bit outraged by it, that kind of like to hear my voice about it. So here it goes. First of all, oh God, where do I goddamn start? I mean, my God. Ooh, the self hatred, the obvious. First of all, I just want to say that I don't live in that reality. Like that reality can no longer merge with my reality. Earlier yesterday, I was listening while I was doing some work, and I'm just sitting there like I have no emotion for it, never have, to be honest with you. I've never had any emotion for the blatant, craziness of certain people. I don't care. Some people do care. I was telling y'all yesterday to really, really, it's not just about emotionally detaching from it. It's not just about that. I mean, obviously, if something like that is affecting you, you'll probably want to do something about it, but it's not necessarily what people think that is, the action that needs to be taken. It's not one that is violent. It's not one that is even traumatic. Well, I'm not going to get into that, okay? I don't have to respond because when you show no opulence, you're hurting nobody but yourself. And then, especially when you're in denial and you're delusional. I don't even want to get into detail and respond directly to this person because I have been done having this conversation. Like, this conversation literally has been over, out of respect for my man, out of respect for myself, out of respect for just respect in general. Like I said, I'm not interested in having a dysfunctional, like, animalistic monkey conversation about sex with that person. I don't even think about, like, it's funny how here we are almost a year later, and this person thinks about constantly and in great detail and is somehow feeling like he's validated by stating these things. Maybe he got the point. Well, he still have shows up where he's exposing the fact that he likes to dine on poop. But I know a lot of y'all that are not familiar with the situation, just trust the process of what I'm saying. Okay, trust the process, because we all in the clear. We good. Seriously. Oh my goddess. But I've what I will say is that I've never been in a, I can honestly say that, I've never been in a situation where somebody was just pissing on me, not, maybe metaphorically. Maybe you're talking about and speaking about a goddamn metaphor, you know. I would never be involved with a dude that just on a regular basis just pisses on me, like literally pisses on me. Like I would probably, so it's just weird the way people talk, and there is an inherent like dishonesty and delusion and anger. Like there's an anger, a real deep seated mother wound that, and I'm not your mama, and it's so deep seated that people are blind. I'm not even going to speak again. I don't even want to speak on the obvious internalized racism. Who gives a damn? Like honestly, it's ridiculous. Like you do what you do and we know what to do about it, right? And it goes along with the same principle of you have committed to something that you're extremely unhappy with, and the people that it's been made clear, well, the person that it's been made clear that you will not be able to have access to, you will not be able to play around with people's lives. You've been, you know that at this point for sure. Now it's, well, if I can't have you, I don't want anybody else to want you, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. You're dealing with a witch, you're dealing with spirit, you're dealing with the most high, and I can promise you that the most high, like I said, you can try to say, oh, I'm not scared, I'm not scared. You need to watch your mouth in the way that you are regarding people. I understand that you are in such a low place. Like you got buck breaks. That's what they call that, buck breaking. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally are so and it would be different if it was a genuine, like you're like, okay, it would be different if it was a genuine connection, but this is a person that could be comparable to like being a handler, and you think that other people are going to be bothered by you, especially me, by you showing reverence for a person that has factually called you a porch monkey. Like that doesn't affect me, that affects you. And then even your children, because the things that you have involved yourself with, which will not fly in the grand scheme of things. And thank God for sensible people like myself, because while you're bragging about your daughter and people going to college, hell, at the rate you going, by the time that your daughter get out of college, she ain't even gonna be able to get a damn job. You done disrespected the black woman so much. Are you not, are your eyes, are you blinded? Did you notice how many black women was being laid off from the government? You know what I'm saying? Like really, at this point, not only does the whole world hate you and is against you, because that consciousness is stronger than your internalized racism. It's stronger, and then the fact that you're trying to take it out on the black woman is really some big shit. Why you acting like a bitch? You know what I'm saying? But the consciousness is not of that. When you limit yourself to the point where it's a small group of people, the only people that really like you or covet you are either your handlers or other fucking delusional racists, this is a fucking problem for you. I really don't understand why there's some people in this world. And the reason why I say that is because I know what you're thinking. I know your gag. I know your game. You seem to think that you acting stupid is somehow going to represent other people or affect other people that have nothing to do with you. And it doesn't. It doesn't matter what you think you can do or what you think you know. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. And again, the person that kickstarted that bullshit got bought up to last night. And it's like, yeah, well, it's the same principle that he was told as well, which is why I kind of think that he's changed his tune a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. He's still a fucking misogynist and a sexist. But the person, which I'm not even going to mention his name, was told, "Hey, you have a black daughter. Like what the like why would you as a black man purposely make the world harder for your black daughters? Like why would you do that knowing that the result is not going to be like an emotional man. Let me tell you something about a man that is emotional and doing the wrong fucking thing. He needs to shut the fuck up is what he needs to do. If you are in your fucking feelings and you are making fucking decisions to do certain things and you're too dumb to think about the fucking ramifications of that, damn, do you not realize that the virus that you are spreading is going to directly and first affect your children? If you have them, you claim you have them. I don't know. Are you serious? I mean, thank God that you and the crackheads that thought of this crap don't really actually have any fucking power. That shit would be fucked up. That would be really messed up. Like seriously. For me, I don't judge people by the color of their skin. I judge people by the content of their character. You judge people by the color of their skin. And you're supposed to be a black man. You're emotional, you're in your feelings, and it's not like it just started. You're not jaded because of me or because of what anybody else did. You came like that. That's how you came at everybody. You've been doing that for 13, 14 years. Trust me, no one cares. Nobody's hurt by it. You know the saying, hurt people hurt people. Yeah, hurt people like to try to hurt other people. Don't let that person fucking hurt you. Who gives a damn? That person's going to get their karma. They're going to learn their fucking lesson. At the end of the day, the point is to protect yourself from that bullshit because it's just some bullshit. It doesn't even make sense that it's comparable trying to fuck with the black woman. And I'm talking about black women that stand in their power, not the type of women that you keep around you. Okay, who do stupid stuff. I'm talking about a melanated woman that stands in her power would be equivalent to somebody going around the world and trying to kill all of the fucking bees in the world. Oh, I'm just on a mission to kill all of these bees. What the fuck? You're going to fuck up the ecosystem. Like whatever it is that is important to this earth, that would be comparable. So that's some stupid shit any damn way. Now, I will admit that I have seen some atrocious behavior. I have, just destructive and weird, and I'm not, but, on the grand scheme of things, none of us can say, hey, I want to get rid of all these white people. Hey, I want to get rid of all these black people. Hey, I want to get rid of all these people. Who the fuck does that? That's stupid as hell. And before you're able to mess up the universal and earthly balance, you're just going to be stomped. Hey, Stefan, guess what? Oh my God. I made the famous Elvis Presley sandwich for dinner tonight. It had, well, my eldest son doesn't like bananas. Like he can eat banana stuff, but he doesn't like just sliced bananas. He doesn't just like to eat a banana unless it's unripened, which he can't do that. You can't eat unripe. I wouldn't be eating no unripe banana because it might make your fucking stomach hurt. Anyway, it's got the peanut butter, the jelly, the fried bacon, and banana slices on it. It was freaking delicious. I had it on that big, like thick bread. We had it on that and toasted. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Yes. But anyway, because I know Stefan is a foodie. Sorry for belching, y'all. Okay, I just ate something and yeah. And so, yeah, back to my discussion. You can be as disrespectful to the black woman or disrespectful to me. It's not going to make a difference. All of your disrespect is going to affect you. That's a fact. That's a fact. And you're going to learn that perhaps you should have been more appreciative out the gates. You can't just degrade somebody and do all kind of stuff and have an actual conspiracy going against them, and then expect to be highly honored. And then when you were supposed to be making up for your mistakes, you came back and did the same thing. And then you're expecting to be able to give people money to respect you, and you're supposed to be paying somebody to allow you to disrespect them. So if you're a male and you give a woman money, then you should just be allowed to abuse her and kick her down. Where the hell are they doing that at? Nowhere. And we all know that you're too delusional to just admit to that shit. Like, and then also, here's another thing. Just because you give a woman money doesn't mean that she's yours forever. What the fuck? Especially when the woman was honest about it. Like, I ain't staying with you, but like, I'm not your woman. And then you'll say, oh, well, since you don't want to stay with me forever, get abused and be in an unstable situation with an unstable person, then I'm going to go around and try to degrade you. Like, that shit ain't going to fly over here. Like, it might have flied over somewhere else, but over here, you're going to get stomped the hell out. That's a fact. And how many times do I have to say that? What are we going back and forth just so you can hear that shit? And I could have sued you, still can. But you don't really have nobody. Why is it spending? And then again, okay, why are you trying to act like you pulling in the big bucks, like you Daddy Warbucks bucks or something, and you're not? Like, just you worrying about the wrong things, especially coming on YouTube. And first of all, no, you know what? Men that are noble, men that are worth keeping, they may tell somebody about the person that they're dealing with, and they're not going to go into detail and say, yeah, man, she makes me happy. Yeah, man, yeah, I really like her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to spend time with her. Nobody's like discussing sex like that. Like, that's a turnoff. That's Nobody wants their business out there like that. So out the gates, you need to train yourself on proper social relations regardless. Nobody wants to hear about that. Number two, if a person has moved on, what do you expect me to come on here and, like I said, I'm not going to continue. I have no interest in talking about anything that has anything to do with you. But being a stalker is not your only struggle. Being a puppet, being somebody that is not of sound mind, body, and spirit, being somebody that's totally fucking up. You fucking up. That's a fact. And you're going to find out. Fucking up. Big time and royally. It's just the reality of it. It's just the reality of it. Now, here's the kicker. Luckily, people like you are not necessarily in power to the point where, like, it's almost like it seemed like you're trying to bring back slavery or something against black people. The crazy part about it is that think about in some reality where you could have bought back slavery just so that you could get vengeance on your enemies, and you're black. You're a black person that's literally trying to bring back slavery and discrimination against black people. What do you think they're going to do to you? You think they're going to say, yeah, what are they going to do? Pat you on the head and call you fucking Toby? Like, why are we even having this fucking discussion? And then you wonder where all the hate comes from, because you're purposely trying to set black people back, which is why you're over there, and we're over here. We're in a totally different reality, because where are they doing that at all? Nobody's doing that. You may be doing that. I may be aware of what's going on, but in the real world, society hates that. Majority rules on that. There's not a majority of people that desire to discriminate against the black woman or black people. That's your thing. And you're trapped in that liminal space. You're trapped in that. And you can't just say, oh, we got to bring these people in. Come on in. No, no, you're forced to be in. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh, okay. Okay. You said that I was. Okay. How about I call up on this, that, and whoop de woozah and put a Shazam on your ass? How about I make a flim flam Shazam on your ass? And that's why I was telling y'all about that gang stalking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to be smart about this shit. Like, literally, people that have been gang stalked and tested like that, like, they have been known to fucking flip out and get violent. And next thing you know, you in jail. Now you a real slave. Now you're a modern day slave. You know, they're trying to improve the jail conditions, but it just is what it is. I mean, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like it just and I don't know you. I don't have any connection with you. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm still trying to figure out why these people are even talking about me because that's not my purpose. And you think that you could ever detach me from my purpose? You can sit up there and try to put something on my head and all that stuff, and I'm gonna put this on. You can't put shit on my head. I stay divinely connected and in alignment. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, just stop it. Just stop it. Okay. Like, yeah, you're delusional. Go get some mental help. Okay. That's literally what that is, you know? You and then expecting, and then going around calling people prostitutes and things of that nature when you're just mad because people are not a prostitute. You're angry because of that. You're upset because if a person was a prostitute, you just be able to buy them. And because you weren't able to buy a person, you were trying to buy a slave so that you could kick around. It's really weird. Like I was just like, oh God. And I can't take you seriously. No, 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 no. No. That's not even like that's just like without question. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I don't know what to tell you at this point. All I know is that it's definitely weirdness. Okay, is how I would describe the situation. Uh, I keep looking at this thing. I need to get me some more sea salt dark chocolate caramels is what I need to do. I need to go ahead and get it in for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious addiction of mine. Yeah, I just think it's ridiculous. And then when somebody tell you, "Hey, I told you so," because you wasn't fighting the good fight, which is democracy for all. That's what everybody's doing. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. Like, so what? Huh? I don't understand it. Nobody wants to talk about that. Only time I talk about this subject is maybe maybe it may be a political discussion that I may have with family members or whatever. But then also, just here. And otherwise, nobody, there's nobody that I know that is saying, hey, give up all those black women and their children into slavery, which is basically what, and I believe Jesse Peterson was on this shit too. That's why I don't trust him. Maybe he got off of that shit. Y'all know Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Remember him? I think he was on that shit. Like that's kind of crazy. That's kind of wow. Um, yeah, well, they say that pretty soon robots are going to be doing a lot of our jobs. They say that artificial intelligence is going to be doing that. So, all I know is that if you're not fighting the good fight, then if you're not a part of the solution, then you're a part of the problem. And I personally think you're delusional. At the end of the day, you're just delusional and you don't have any real power. You don't. End of story. And I have no interest in certain people on here that try to fake and front like, I mean, honestly, I mean, come on. Like, you know that you deserved everything that you got. Maybe not. You deserved a lot of that stuff, especially when you're being disingenuous out the gates. It just is what it is. Cooning and bafooning. Hold on. All right. So yeah, anyway, all I gotta say is that wow, when you see that there's these groups of men that are doing that, wow, like you gotta watch yourself, goodness gracious, and they be trying to do spiritual work to make that shit a reality. And that's just crazy. That's just crazy. And actually in reality, let me just kick this knowledge to y'all real quick. There's a lot of other things that we don't want that comes along with that, which is also discrimination against women, period. And then that would definitely affect the white women's. So, those white women that are smart or, have to understand that, it's funny how when we look at slavery and the time that the black people in this country that were slaves, because again, back then, there were free blacks and there was enslaved blacks. That is a fact nobody ever talks about that dynamic. Nobody. It's weird. It's not like every single black person in America, even back then, was a slave. But if you guys notice, even during those times, white women had no rights. That's why they did the feminist movement. So if you're going to accept that, you better understand that a lot of that other shit trails behind it. All that comes in one big ignorant package of hate and death and destruction. And it just is what it is. And these white women ain't giving up they not giving up their rights. Only the dumb ones would be running around here doing and saying stuff like that. Like that's totally stupid. Like you do understand that when you are dealing with those kind of authoritarian energies, what do you think comes with it? Oh my goodness gracious. Hey, I'm only an intelligent person that hangs around with intelligent people. And so I don't understand any of that other ignorant stuff. I really honestly don't. Yes, I'm talking about that pastor Jesse Lee Peterson who suggested that, and we know he was talking about black women, but he suggested that we give all women's children to married Christian couples. I said, "What? You just gonna take somebody children?" Oh, wow. Wow. You're just gonna traumatize children. Children should be with their mother or either their parents. What the fuck is he talking about? I know that for me, my mother became a single mother when I was 11 years old. Right, I was around the age of 11, I know what that I'd rather it been with my mother than just with some strangers. It's kind of like not good for the kids. I guess they call me crazy. It just yeah. So there are many of us that are fighting a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Because that is some craziness. Like I can't. Anyway, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I got to go. You guys, I just thought I would come by real quick and because I am the light. I am the light. Yes, I am. I'll see y'all later. Love you guys. Happy Friday to y'all. Okay. And I'll see y'all later. Because I really do have to go. I've really, I didn't even have this 30 minutes to spare because I got to get some work done. And then also, I've got cheesecake to eat. And I'm going to try not to stay up past 3 o'clock this morning. Okay. Which is really difficult. Because by the time maybe I'll get to bed about 2:30 ish. And then that way I can wake up about 4 o'clock because of reasons that I'm not going to discuss. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one though. Okay. All righty. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Okay. And then also make sure that y'all go over and subscribe to the Witch's Broom channel. You can't just type in the Witch's Broom. You have to put in the Witch's Broom channel. And it'll bring it's like I'm gonna put a picture of myself up there so y'all can know that it's me. I don't know why I have it like that. I need to fix that. But I'm gonna do that. But right now it's just a picture of a besom. Call it a besom. And so make sure y'all subscribe over there because this channel is just like for some reason the modern day slave owners think that they own this channel. It's really weird, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's very weird. But at least I ain't gotta feel it. They be like, you feel me? No, I don't feel you at all. Thank God I don't. Thank the goddess that I don't feel you because you are suffering so bad. Like, and I'm not gonna let you give me no damn grief. We ain't feeling none of that grief over here at all. You're not gonna do it. I don't give a damn what you try to do. I don't give a damn what you try. It just ain't gonna goddamn happen. Our hearts are light as a fucking feather over here. Okay. All righty. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. Have a good one. Bye.